Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show live on location this time. It makes look at that for a background. You know, it's not bad, is it, Matty? It's
Beautiful.
not bad at all.
Our church, mate.
I know, our church indeed. Listen, we're here reacting live to the news that Sunderland have nabbed Noah Sadiki out of Leeds United's hands. So that's twice now. No, Sadiki. What if they paid 17 million euros, rising up to 20? Personally, I think they might have overpaid, but we might be sounding a little bit salty at this point. Matty, what are your thoughts? When we were walking over with Joe, I could not believe it.
Exactly the same as you, mate. Time will tell whether they've overpaid or not, but it's not a nice way to go into pre-season with one of your promotion, let's say, rivals that came up with us.
Rivals?
Well, yeah, and that they're now getting players that we've been heavily linked with. You know, some of these players we didn't know maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, but we all tuned in to watch our watch-along or watch Diarra play because we were all enthused about that signing. All of a sudden, they nab him. Now Sadiki, which I don't think they were linked with. We've been heavily linked with. We sort of, as a fan base, thought Sadiki maybe is a better alternative, a cheaper alternative to Diarra, which he is. But they've gone and... well, this is what happens. But they've gone and got both of them. So, I mean, fair play to them, but I think they've overpaid. But as a fan, it gives them bragging rights before we go into the season, which I don't like.
Yeah, no. And that guy there was a Union Saint-Gilloise fan who just said Sadiki's gash. So it's all good anyway. But yeah, it's not been the best start to Leeds United transfer window, really. Like, from an aesthetics point of view, it looks like Sunderland have buoyed us off. Like, genuinely it does. Even though, for me, it does look like they've overpaid. I won't lie to you. But I can't lie, I'm a little bit frustrated.
It's a really nice story to have out there in the ether, isn't it? That Sunderland have picked Leeds to 2 transfer targets. Like I say, whatever you buy in this world, you've got a ceiling of what you're willing to pay. And if they're paying higher than Leeds United, regardless of arguing about whose club's bigger, which I've seen a lot of that. Both clubs are massive. You know, there's potential for both clubs to stay up and build. Sunderland should be a Premier League club, as should we be. But for me, they've overpaid. They've gone beyond Leeds United, and money talks. So I understand why why both players have made them moves.
Yeah. Are we in a position? Do Sunderland now have a better midfield than us?
I would say no. They've had to bring in Diarra to fill the void of Job. So they had more work to do initially from getting promoted. It's not a good place to be when you get promoted. You lose a couple of your players. Lost Tommy Watson as well, which weren't a start every game, but he got the goal that got him up.
Yeah.
So they had more work to do initially coming up than what we did. We've got a good foundation to build on, and I think we're building a squad. You can see that, the physicality, the size of the players we're bringing in. You can see where Leeds are going with it. We're not going to have the best players in the league, but they're going to have a really good go at having the strongest.
Are we in a position where Leeds must now get Anton Stack? You know what I mean? From an aesthetics point of view, Joe's nodding behind the camera.
Leeds not get Anton Stack, but as long as Sunderland don't get Stack, if Sunderland go get Stack, we might as well give up, you know?
Because the mad thing is as well, Matt, they're going to pay 25 million euros for Petrovic at Chelsea, which I know Leeds United haven't been linked, but he was a player that a lot of us really wanted and wouldn't have minded. And for them to get Petrovic, Sadiki and Diarra, it's like, God.
Whether we were linked to Petrovic or not, it's still a blow for Leeds, because as a fan base, we wanted Petrovic. A lot of us wouldn't have minded Petrovic. So whether we were linked or not, the 3 that Leeds fans had in the mind we were looking at maybe would have got. They're going to go get all 3. So it's definitely a blow. But there's definitely people out there who watch your videos all the time as fans, don't we? And you get linked with this and this. And there's plenty of players out there. It's not the be all and end all that Sunderland have got these 3. And it doesn't mean that they're going to stay up and we're going to go down. So as a fan base, we just need to temper expectations, not lose his head, knowing that people who work there know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
The thing is as well, though, as content creators, we have to sort of like back that stuff off, because it will be like, I'm sort of glad I'm here doing pre-recorded, because if this were live, everyone would be going, it's get him out, that's it, Underwood needs sacking, Farker's got no pull, all that. And I'm sort of glad it's pre-recorded content today, because I can imagine the fan base are getting a bit tetchy now.
100%. I mean, that whole Daniel Farker's not got pull. I can't read so much into that, because if you're comparing him to Regis Labrie, where's his pull? It comes down, the obvious, it's just the money. And as a fan, it's hard to take, but there's plenty of players out there, mate, that will come to Leeds United that they'll strengthen us.
And where do you think then, Matty, is the most important position we do need to go for next?
I mean, we spoke about it a bit earlier off camera, and we need goals. Obviously, we're not going to be as lethal in front of goal in the Prem as we were at Championship. I think Pirro will do well. You think he'll get 10 plus? I think he'll get about 9. So we're about on the same page there. But I think I'd like to see us go heavy on a striker. Yeah. We spoke about that number 10 role. We need some creativity. I'm not too sure a little, magician like we had under Pablo's on the books for us this season. No. I think we are going down that physical route. We may play 3 in midfield, so maybe we won't even play over 10. We'll have to see. So I'm thinking a striker, someone who can come in there and we know is going to get that 15 to 20 goals, although not guaranteed, with Pirro as a bit of a backup to him.
We definitely, I agreed. I think to just sort of temper the fan base a little bit, I know it's only Wednesday, but we could ideally do with a signing by Friday, couldn't we? If 100%. We're being honest, even if it's a Goodmanson, a goalkeeper, maybe Perry. Is it Perry keeps being linked from Lille?
Yeah.
If we get something in the door, otherwise the weekend's going to be brutal.
I'm really worried that they may announce the Dan James contract, which is coming.
Imagine the comments.
I'm really nervous because I'm a massive Sam Byron fan. I know he'd just be a squad option. Can you imagine if they announce Sam Barnabas next signing? It's going to absolutely hold off. But I think another signing would be paramount. Like I say, Stack. Hopefully that comes and gets done, and then we are in a really good spot. We're ahead of the curve for me. 3 signings already in door. Just entered July with hopefully Stack to come.
Okay, yeah. Well, we've only Stack to come. He's been the name that's linked. I think it's come from Waco. That seems to be the credible source at the minute, doesn't it? Waco.
It works in there. Whoever's on Waco.
Yeah, must do money. Because it's got to the stage where I think that's where Graham Smith's getting his ITK stuff from, because it goes to Waco and then it comes in YEP. So we'll have to keep an eye on Waco over the weekend and towards the back end of the week. But I do think this is a little bit of a little bit of a dampener. Even me, who's like uber positive, I wasn't too fussed on Diarra. I was like, they've massively overpaid. I still think they've overplayed here for Sadiki, but Andrea and Lockie in our group chat were just saying before we, did this video that they think it's a good price. So, I do listen to them. So maybe they... Yeah, one thing I'll say though, Union Saint-Gilloise is owned by Tony Bloom, who owns Brighton. They might have took him if he was up here. So maybe that's copium at this stage, but...
Is there something to be said as well that Leeds United being interested in these players have maybe elevated their status?
Of course, maybe. Yeah. It's a good point. Basically, Sunderland need to go get their own scouting team and stop copying what Leeds United are doing. We need. I think Stack's the one in it, but like you say, the club did say, "Oh, we're not so sure," and they said that with Diarra, so it's a little bit of a worry. Yeah. We need to make sure we get some deals done.
But I think that midfield will be next signing. I think, like I say, whether we get Stack or not, that looks to be the position we're probably going to strengthen next. And we need to, like I said earlier to you, in the Premier League, we had gaping holes in that midfield and we're running through it. And that needs to be a solid, really solid this season. So.
And just to finish up, obviously the new training gear came out today. The club shop's not open. We've not had a chance to actually wear it yet. But did you like it?
I really liked it, and there's a great link you click on to go get to the training gear. But no,
my link.
I think it might be all link. But the gear looks really good. It's called the retro gear they brought out as well, and we're just waiting to see the kit. Although we all sort of
soon come. I think to be fair, on selected items between the 4th and the 6th, you can get 30% off as well. So keep an eye out. Link in the description and all that. But listen. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks Joe for being on camera. Thanks Matty again for doing this with me. And next time I'll be in the room, sadly. Peace out.